Yeah, I think the perseverance of the voyaging is really important in being able to pass it down generation to generation. I think children growing up in 1950s didn't know that Hokulea or Hawaiians were voyagers, but now each generation growing up knows that it has a fact that Hokulea is found around the world. There's navigators, there's voyagers, and they can also do that. And I think just being around the canoes and all the work, like dry dock or anything that goes into it, it's never really felt like work. It just feels more like a passion for it. The community and everyone is my voyage, being able to spread the messages that Hokulea has and that we voyage with.
Yeah, aloha everybody. You know, it's easy to feel lost when you don't know where you're going, and for a couple of years there, I definitely felt very, very lost. But the first time I was out on the water, on Oahu, I didn't really know much, but I knew I wanted to continue doing that. And on a personal and just on a larger sense or scale, I kind of started recognizing that it was going to change my life for the better. It helped me to definitely clean up a lot of my act because it forces you to. A clean and a tight ship is the best kind of ship. So yeah, that kind of all came together, and I've definitely grown exponentially in the last couple of years, a lot more than I ever did in probably a typical school or what you would call a Western tradition, and I'm really proud to be helping to perpetuate that, because I think that's how we're gonna steer our lahui in the right direction coming into the future. Yeah.
Aloha everyone. I think voyaging, I think your reason for voyaging can change in time, and I feel like I've been doing it a long time, but the master's right here, so. But I think it's maybe echoing that. It's something that really asks everyone to bring their best to the table and represents, I think, people being on their best behavior, striving to do really hard things and somehow getting along with everybody at the same time, which can be even harder than maybe the conditions you find yourself in. And so I think it's a very deep personal journey for everyone who chooses to do it. Because you have to have a really good reason to be out there and to keep going and sailing. And I think you really learn to appreciate every person who's really ever touched the canoe or been part of its history. And it's a really powerful, strong, and proud legacy to live up to. So we hope we carry that forward into the next generation.
The whole vision started off with something that in Hawaii that was absent for a long time, and it was so exciting. And then when we first started sailing in the 70s, and Steve here, who's sitting in front, sailed with us in 1980. In 1980, it really was our second voyage. And we didn't really know too much. And really holding to the trust that our captains and our senior guys were pretty sharp, and they were good. They were good for their time. It was the best practices. But I gotta say, these guys are so much better than they were back then. We've come so far, but the voyaging has constantly opened new doors of thinking and new, through the process of coming to these lands, coming to anyone's lands and getting to know those people of the land and talking to them and understanding what's important to them and how they're moving forward to make a difference. And those types of shifts have been happening. just see it expanding and getting more and more. So that's why we just keep voyaging. You know, there's so much to learn, so much goodness to learn. We're finding the the common denominators, which is love, which is family, which is hope, which is a brighter future. All these are common denominators that we find along the route. Everybody's working towards it, and it's refreshing.